Hello people, I just thought I'd do my own little video about some ideas for some feature updates for the SP-404 Mark II. I've seen a couple of videos that's been put out recently by people sort of suggesting their sort of ideas, so I just thought I'd throw my own sort of thing into the pot. It's going to be super lo-fi today because I don't have like a proper camera or a stand or anything, so just using my iPhone. Pretty punk rock DIY approach in that, but yeah, anyway, let's get started. So number one, resample to pad. It'd be cool if you could just hold resample for 2-3 seconds and just go bang straight to the pad, rather than obviously having to resample to another pad, trim it, bounce it in, delete it, copy it over. Do you know what I mean? Because at the minute that workflow is just a little bit of a pain in the arse, isn't it, really? But yeah, that alone would be a massive improvement just to the workflow, just to be able to just go douche, and carry on. But yeah, number two would be, let me just get my list up. Number two would be bigger chromatic range. So I guess like you would have on the P6. So if you go into chromatic mode here, it'd be cool if the bank buttons were like your octave ranges. So you had your plus, minus, 1, 2. Your C would be your normal bank, wouldn't it? So and then yeah, if you wanted to change which range you're in, you could just go like that. And then maybe some different kind of scale modes as well. So maybe you could have some scale modes where you could have all your kind of octaves on like the bottom pads, and then your thirds, and then your fifths, and then whatever else. So different kind of cooler ranges where you could play across the ranges. Do you know what I mean? Because you're quite limited at the minute to kind of just, I think what's it at the minute, like I think is it maximum of 2 octaves, or maybe even not even that, like 1.5 or something. But yeah, that would make a massive improvement, I think. But yeah, so that's my number 2. Number 3, downsampling. So again, like the P6, you could go into pitch and speed like that, and if you click shift, obviously you can see there you have your secondary parameters come up on the second and third encoder. It'd be cool if on shift you had your first encoder was changed to sample rate like that, and you could obviously take it down to whichever one you wanted. That'd be really cool. But yes, and then number 4, filters per pad. I mean, how has it not got filters already? Bloody hell. Pitch and speed, going to mark, and then you've got your high pass, your low pass, your band notch, and then click shift, have resonance on both of those, both your high pass and your low pass. That'd be really, really sick. But yeah, number 5, I would have in looper. So if we're going to mark, it'd be cool if on looper you had like a secondary option where you go record setting and have like a loop station mode where you'd have all your empty pads, and then you could click sub pad for selecting whichever pad you wanted to audition or play or whatever, and then record into each of the pads. So you'd have like pad 1 is your master sound on sound. I guess like you'd have in the loop pedal, your first pad would be your master, and then you'd record into all the other pads on top of it, and you could solo them out like that. But yeah, if that was like an additional feature on top of like step sequence of DJ mode and all the rest of it, it'd be huge. But yeah, so that's my is that number 5? Yeah, number 5. Number 6. Oh yeah, it's mark, isn't it? Yeah. Number 6. So if you go into effects setting like you would, if you go to your sidechain, you could have a page dedicated to like LFO, where you could route it to different sort of parameters like pitch, speed, volume, effect send or whatever else. Link it all in here. That'd be awesome. That'd be really, really cool. But yes, number 7. Number 7 is like the viewer. It's a waste of bit of real estate at the minute, I think. You know, just having your BPM, like I know it's heritage and all that, but you know, you could be doing so much more with that. You know, you could even just whack the BPM where DC is. You know, do you really need DC there? You know, if you whack that in there, then you could have like file name, waveform, meter in, you know. You could even have some button combos to cycle through different sort of view options. Do you know what I mean? You know, and you could use that space much better, I think. You know, and like I think as well, if you had like your file name, your waveform, you could memorise which pads are which without going into remain much better, and I think that would help your workflow as well, I think. But yes, so that's number 7. Then number 8 is just minor little gripes. So like if you're in chop mode, you know at the minute, so when you click roll, you can monitor your endpoint. It'd be good if you can automatically do that when you're moving your endpoint anyway. It automatically, rather than playing from the start every time, it plays it from, I don't know, say a bar before it, automatically when you're moving that. It would just speed things up that tiny little bit more, you know. And then like if you're playing through your sample, if you're like super zoomed in, let's have a look. If you're super zoomed in, where am I looking here? So you see there how the playhead is moving, and if you're zoomed in, it gets to a point where it goes beyond the screen. But it'd be good, obviously, if you're making chops, to be able to like click remain, and then you can follow your playhead, or it catches where it is. Do you know what I mean? That'd be really good. And then yeah, other little minor gripes, like, you know, if you go onto your effects, why does it go off like that? I know you can click remain and keep it on or whatever else, but it'd be good if you just automatically just held there, you know, so you don't have to like fanny about with pressing remain and whatever else. You know, good if you can it just automatically would stay up. And then yeah, I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, but if you're on an effect and you click value to get your secondary parameters, I find that you can't re-trigger anything, unless that's just me. But let me know if you have the same sort of thing. So if you're if you've got your value knob and you're changing whatever, you can't then re-trigger something else. So that'd be another little gripe to fix. But you know, and then yeah, bus 3, 4 automatically off, because every time you turn the machine on, you got to come in here and turn it off again. Do you know what I mean? And then X-source and chromatic mode unavailable in pattern. Obviously that's a big one. Like if you're going into any conversation about SP-404 and people are moaning, it's usually they're talking about that. So that's a big one. Another little minor one as well, like, you know, if like you delete a pad, so say I'll just delete that one, so delete that one there, I'll delete 2. Oh well. It'd be cool if you could like shift all your pads up one, rather than having to do it one by one, so you can kind of keep it all organised. Do you know what I mean? That'd be sick. And an undo button as well, so you can get those pads back. That'd be good. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. I mean, I've got loads of little bits and pieces in here. I love making lists. You've probably seen me comment on every SP-404 thing about ideas and stuff. But yeah, I just thought I'd do a little video. But yeah, Roland, if you're watching, please get some of that sorted. That'd be wicked. But I love it. It's a wicked machine. Just those little tiny bits, you know. I'm British, so obviously I love a good complaint. I'm never happy, so there you go. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, peace and love.